You know, every sport has that one guy, the face of it all. Not just the best, but the one who makes people want to watch. Jordan in basketball, Brady in the NFL. They weren't just great, they turned their sport into something bigger, something people had to be a part of. Football doesn't really have that one guy. There's no single face. But if you take all the legends from the modern era, when the media, TV, and social media really mattered, and line them up, you may begin to. Oh, yeah, it's him. Messi is pure football. He never cared about the cameras, sponsorships, or media. He just wanted to play and go home. For Ronaldo, he worked on everything on the pitch and off it. Every detail. He turned himself into a global brand. Ronaldo didn't just play football, he marketed it. So what made the kid who was bullied go from shy and timid to become in the early 2000s, Nike's famous Joga Bonito campaign featured a young, unknown Cristiano Ronaldo alongside Zlatan Ibrahimovic. At the time, Zlatan was the star attraction, while Ronaldo was just another face in the background. Fast forward to today, in 2025, there's no comparison. Ronaldo isn't just a footballer anymore, he's a global brand. A single post on Instagram, a simple phrase, or even a gesture from him can influence the world's biggest corporations. Need proof? During Euro 2020, Ronaldo removed a Coca-Cola bottle during a press conference and encouraged people to drink water instead.
Coca-Cola.
The result? Coca-Cola's stock value dropped by 1.6%, costing the company $4 billion in market value, just because of one move. But how did Cristiano become the most famous athlete on the planet? How did he transform himself into the #1 sports brand in the world? When Ronaldo was just 17, his family made a crucial decision. They signed with Jorge Mendes, an agent who was completely unknown at the time, even in Portugal. Mendes had just founded a small agency called Gestifute, and his biggest achievement back then was securing a move for Hugo Viana to Newcastle. Ronaldo's family hoped Mendes could do the same for him, get him to the Premier League. And they were not wrong. A few months later, Cristiano met Ricardo Rejufe, a key figure who convinced him to sign his first endorsement deal with Nike, a $1 million per year contract when he was still just 18 and playing for Sporting. That deal would change everything, not just for Ronaldo, but for Rejufe, and even for Nike itself. Then came the game that changed Ronaldo's career. In August 2003, Sporting CP played a friendly match against Manchester United. For 99% of football fans, it was just another meaningless preseason game. But for Ronaldo and Mendes, it was the opportunity of a lifetime, and Cristiano delivered. His speed, dribbling, and confidence stunned everyone, including the greatest manager in the world at the time, Sir Alex Ferguson. Sporting CP initially wanted £6 million for Ronaldo, but United paid 19. Why? Because Arsenal was also interested, and United wanted to make sure there was no competition. Imagine if Ronaldo had joined Arsenal instead. Who knows what could have happened? Ronaldo's early days at United were exciting, but there was one problem. He wasn't scoring enough goals. He had speed, he had skill, he could dribble, cross, and entertain fans. But in his first 3 seasons, he only scored 27 goals, far from the goal machine we know today. And there was another issue. He wasn't the Ronaldo we recognize now. He was skinny, far from the best looking guy at the club, with awkward teeth and acne. He wasn't the superstar yet. In fact, he was even bullied in the dressing room. But what happened in the World Cup would change Ronaldo forever. In the 2006 World Cup, during a quarterfinal match between Portugal and England, in the 61st minute, Wayne Rooney stomped on Ricardo Carvalho's foot. Players rushed toward the referee, but it was Ronaldo who pushed for a red card against his own Manchester United teammate. The referee set Rooney off. Ronaldo even gave a cheeky wink to the Portuguese bench, and at that moment, he became England's #1 villain. Fans, media, even some of his United teammates turned against him. After the World Cup, Ronaldo wanted to leave England. Valencia was ready to sign him. Imagine if he had left for La Liga back then. We wouldn't even be having this conversation. But Sir Alex Ferguson had other plans. Ferguson convinced Ronaldo to stay, but when Ronaldo returned to training after the summer, something was different. The skinny kid was gone. He came back ripped, confident, and with a new mindset. Even Gary Neville later admitted, "The moment I saw him, I realized Cristiano wasn't a boy anymore. He had transformed into a man." But then came the key figure who unlocked Ronaldo's full potential. René Moylenstein, an assistant coach at Manchester United. Moylenstein completely changed Ronaldo's finishing ability. He made him study hundreds of goals from great strikers, especially fast players like Thierry Henry, who could combine speed and precision. The result? In the 06-07 season, Ronaldo scored 23 goals. In the 07-08 one, he exploded with 42. That season, United won the Premier League and the Champions League. Ronaldo won everything: Premier League top scorer, best player, FIFA World Player of the Year, and most importantly, his first Ballon d'Or. At that moment, CR7 wasn't just a footballer anymore. He was a global icon. Nike saw the transformation. This time, instead of using him as a supporting act in a campaign, they built an entire ad campaign just for him. Be invincible. Justifoot, Mendes's agency, also recognized the shift and partnered with CAA, the company that manages the most famous people in the world. For them, Ronaldo was the perfect global idol. A kid with a humble background who became a global sensation. And he was only 23. Endorsement deals poured in. Castro paid him 11.5 million, and by 2009, he was making 26 million from sponsorships alone, on top of his 7 million salary at United. That's when Sir Alex Ferguson became worried. He had already seen what happened to David Beckham, who spent so much time on endorsements, and it eventually affected his football. He feared Ronaldo was heading down the same path, but Ronaldo had bigger ambitions, not just to be a great footballer, but to become a brand even bigger than Beckham. So when he finally left Manchester United, the choice wasn't just about football. It wasn't because Real Madrid had won more trophies. It was because Real Madrid was a bigger brand. With Ronaldo, they could do more than just win games. They could sell football to the world. And this was just the beginning of the CR7 empire, and him becoming the best ad for football.
Don't forget to subscribe for part 2.